Hello everyone. In this wonderful occasion, I want to share and present our research findings. The presentation is based on our paper submitted in the International Conference on Mathematics and Science Education 2020. The title of the paper is Listening to the Student Voice on Emergency Remote Teaching During the Pandemic Crisis. The present study is co-authored by Yosep Dwi Kristanto, that's me, Pak Beni Utomo, and Buniluh Sulistiani. We are academic personnel for Mathematics Education Study Program at Universitas Sanata Dharma, Yogyakarta. If later you have any questions regarding this study, please contact me via email. As shown on the slide, my email address is yosepdwikristanto@usd.ac.id. Let's start with the introduction of our study. I will describe the background and aim of the present study, as well as its position in our research project. The emergency remote teaching effort in responding to coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 pandemic has left many problems, either from the perspective of the teacher or the student. This situation is understandable since its main objective is to provide temporary access for students to instruction and instructional supports in a quick fashion. Therefore, evaluation for this effort is needed so that the students can have a better learning experience in the future. Multiple variables should be considered in evaluating the emergency remote teaching programs, namely revised community of inquiry elements, technology use, internet quality, and student perceived satisfaction. In doing so, students' voice can be used since the students are the ones most directly affected by the programs. Therefore, the present study aims to describe student voice regarding their experiences and expectations while enrolled in emergency remote teaching based courses during COVID-19 pandemic. This study is a part of a larger research project that aims to explore instructional design principles for online distance learning. To that end, this research project used students' voice, teaching staff reflection, and literature review. The present study reports the finding from student voice. The finding from teaching staff reflections are also presented by the second author of this study in this conference. Next, I will briefly describe the method employed in this study. What research method that has been used in this study? Who are the participants? How did we collect the data? And how did we analyze the data? Participants in the study were 283 undergraduate students from a mathematics education study program at a private university in Yogyakarta. All the students were enrolled in the emergency remote teaching based courses in the study program. A student survey was designed, validated, and tested to collect data. The student survey consisted of 5 main sections, namely revised community of inquiry, technology use, internet quality, perceived student satisfactions, and open-ended questions. In analyzing the data, both quantitative and qualitative data analysis procedures were performed. We use descriptive statistics, pair sample t-test, and correlations coefficient analysis for analyzing quantitative data, whereas we use thematic analysis with cluster analysis for analyzing qualitative data. Next, let's discuss the result of the present study. For your information, we conduct data cleansing before analyzing the data. Responses from 23 participants of the study were omitted in data analysis since they identified not focus when completing the survey. One item from the survey asks the participant to choose two to show that they still focus on completing the survey. Therefore, there were 260 valid responses to undergo further analysis. Overall, the students think favorably on the revised community of inquiries elements and technology use. Interestingly, they perceive that they have high learning presence as well as experience high cognitive presence. The students also appreciate the technologies used in the emergency remote teaching programs. However, they considered that the quality of the internet was average and have low satisfaction with the learning they experience. This table shows the gap between the students' expectation in emergency remote teaching and their experience. The elements of teaching presence with the widest gaps are content explanations, feedback, and instruction regarding how to participate in the learning activities. The students also feel that the instructor should build a sense of community more effectively. Further, they perceive that the time frame of assignments should be communicated clearly by their instructor. It is apparent from this figure that the cognitive presence is the center of the graph. To facilitate students to learn, the instructor should provide a learning environment that encourages social presence and learning presence. Further, it is evident that technology also relates to cognitive presence. Cognitive presence also has unacceptable correlations to student perceived satisfaction. Interestingly, this figure shows that relation between teaching presence and social presence, as well as the relations between teaching presence and learning presence, are still low. Therefore, the instructor should consider building a learning environment that promotes social presence and learning presence. This figure shows the network graph of all initial codes produced in the open coding phase. The codes then were grouped based on their modularity class to obtain 7 major themes identified by different colors in the graph. The themes are instructor orchestrations, assignment and internet constraints, learning process, the flexibility of emergency remote teaching, interaction among course participants, experiences in synchronous learning, as well as self and co-regulations. Next, I will summarize the findings of the study and offer a conclusion. The present study has highlighted students' voice regarding their learning experiences and expectation toward emergency remote teaching during COVID-19 pandemic. In summary, the study gives evidence that instructor roles in designing and maintaining higher order learning, supported by the social presence, active and strategic students, effective technology use, and internet quality are critical for online distance learning. Even though this study uses a larger data set of student voice, we give caution for the instructor, learning designer, and policymaker in adapting the result of the study to design an online distance learning program. The results of the study still should be interpreted along with the analysis of targeted student context as well as teaching context. Thanks for watching everyone. If you want to explore our research project further, please visit our OSF page. The link is shown on the slide. God bless you.